There is no replacement for displacement, but what's it gonna cost you and what's it really worth in power? We're gonna find out here with a shootout of that 360 cubic inch stocker and that 410 cubic inch stroker. This is Engine Masters presented by AMSOIL and sponsored by Mr. Gasket and Earl's Vapor Guard Hose. This time we're gonna answer the question for everybody sitting around at home going, man, is it worth it for me to buy the stroker kit for my engine, or should I just leave the displacement stock? Now obviously bigger engines are gonna make more power, but you're gonna find out here exactly by how much, what it's gonna do to the curve, and we're gonna geek out on all sorts of engine guy technical information. The way we're gonna do that is by comparing two small block Chryslers, one at a stock 360 cubic inches, and this one, a stroker at 410 cubic inches. Now, these engines are the Chrysler LA Series V8. They introduced them in 1964, and they ran them in trucks all the way to 1991. And actually, the Magnum engine that came after that through 2003 is really similar. So this is a very common engine. The meat of this one is a Blueprint Engines crate motor. It comes as a long block with a front cover and an oil pan. It's about $6 grand. It has a crazy warranty, 30 months, 50,000 miles. I think that's really cool. Now, what's important for this test is the bottom end of this engine. It started out as a 360 or a 5.9 liter motor, but we've changed the crankshaft in it, or Blueprint did. Instead of the stock 3.58 inch stroke, it has a 4-inch stroke. Now the 4 in it has been overboard 40 thousandths of an inch, so it's 4040. Combine that with a 4-inch stroke, this is 410 cubic inches. Your classic stroker package. Here's how we've dressed it out. We've got our 850 Holley XP up top, dual plane intake manifold. It's an Edelbrock RPM air gap. The cylinder heads are also from Edelbrock. These are their stock replacement heads, 170cc intake runner. The camshaft is a hydraulic flat tappet. The degrees of duration at 50 thousandths tappet lift, 241 and 247. The lift on both the intake and exhaust lobes is 545, and it's got a 110-degree lobe separation angle. The compression ratio is advertised at 10.1 to 1, and the headers we've got on it are from TTI Exhaust, which in my opinion makes the best fitting Mopar headers. These are for an E-body. They're a step from a 1 5/8 inch tube to a 1 3/4 inch tube. So that's how we've got this thing set up. Now we're gonna roll this thing into the dyno, sauce it up with some AMSOIL, and find out exactly how much power we can make with a 410 cubic inch Mopar small block. Okay, oil time. Now we're doing a direct comparison of the 410 versus the 360, so we've got to run the same juice in both of them so that we've got the same viscosity and the same reaction to the temperatures that we're running the thing at, because oil pressure and the oil viscosity and composition can affect horsepower. So we're gonna be using this Dominator 1030 AMSOIL. Of course, we will have to break in the 360 because the camshaft and that's brand new, so we'll be using break-in oil in that. The 410 has run before, and so I can go ahead right now and sauce it up with the Dominator 1030. And hopefully not spill on my brand new TTI headers and ruin the coating. Don't you hate that when you fry oil onto your brand new header coating? First time out, I hate that. Maybe I need a funnel. Can't we invest in a funnel? All right, we got the 410 hung on the dyno. We've run this thing before, we kind of know what's gonna happen, but for your edification, fire it up. Let's put down a curve. Repeats exactly where we expected it to be. The polygraph says 479.8 pound-feet of torque at 4,000, and the peak horsepower 431 at 5,500, which is kind of low for an engine with a 241, 247 duration cam.
Yeah, it's a big motor with a small head, so
yeah,
it's just going to kind of cripple it when it comes to engine speed. But
let's say it was a Chevy and it had some great cylinder head on it, like a 227 or something. What RPM would a 241, 247 at 50 cam peak at?
64, 60.
Yeah, it'd be well over 6,000.
Right. So this thing is basically killing 800 RPM because of airflow.
It's got a pretty broad power band. It's just low.
Right.
And it's making a reasonable amount of torque. I mean, for the cubic inches it is, 480 pound-feet is a good number. It just doesn't carry at the top. I think it's just crippled by that small head.
Theoretically, the 360 is going to peak at a higher RPM, right? With the same camshaft at smaller displacement?
That would be the thought process, but this is really kind of a fun test because, everybody asks that question.
Yeah.
And we've all talked about it a whole bunch, but it's kind of cool. I mean, I think we maybe are on the same page when it comes to our guess.
Yeah.
This is a cool way to prove it and actually see A versus B.
See, I think it's going to make the exact same horsepower because that's the limit of what this intake head and cam can do. And so it'll make the same power at a higher RPM because a given horsepower is a given amount of air displacement, which you can gain either through cylinder displacement or RPM.
Or engine speed.
Right.
It's pumping faster.
But
this is gonna
that'll make more torque.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
See, we are all on the same page.
Yeah. Let's hang the 360. That was the power of our blueprint 410 stroker, and now the underdog, the 360 cubic inch stocker. You actually know this engine. It was on Engine Masters once before, and it's the one that Steve Brule called the worst motor ever tested at Westech Performance. We pulled it out of a 75 Dodge truck on an episode of Roadkill Garage on MotorTrend On Demand, and it was a filthy mess when we put it on the dyno and tested it. Then we bolted some speed parts on it, and it was just a slightly more powerful, filthy mess. We had to rebuild it. And so Dulcich has gone through this thing top to bottom, and when he did, he set it up for this comparison using a bunch of parts that are identical to what's on that 410 stroker. But it's way smaller. It's not 410 cubic inches, it's 360. Actually, it's got a 40 thousandths of an inch overbore, so it's a 367 cubic inch engine, but the crankshaft is stock with a 3.58 inch stroke. Now, our hope and dream is this is gonna make a little bit more horsepower than the 410, because in theory, if you take the same camshaft and put it in two engines, one of them bigger and one of them smaller, the smaller displacement engine will run to a higher RPM with that same camshaft. Now, if it does that, and if the cylinder heads can support the flow, it could make just a little bit more horsepower. We really have no hope that it's gonna make more torque. But there's only one way to find out. The polygraph that we call the Superflow dyno. Let's roll this thing in there right now. How long does it take 4 guys to swap a dyno engine that's exactly the same?
How long does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? I wanted to put this together for Freiburger. It's just a basic 360, but I wanted it to be really, really good. It's small displacement, which means the RPM range with a moderate head like the Edelbrock will be higher than it would be with a gigantic engine. Built to perfection, this thing could make a lot of power. Hopefully it'll beat the other engine.
What are you doing?
Plug wires.
Messing up the firing order?
No, I got them in order. Probably.
I think people don't know what the Vapor Guard is.
Vapor Guard?
The Earl's Vapor Guard. This is our sponsor, Earl's. You know, they normally make like braided line and stuff like that. But because we whined and moaned so much about how the Obama gas has way too much ethanol in it and it kills rubber hose and everything, this is their new impervious to, government regulated gasoline kind of hose. Seriously, California gas and anything with ethanol in it deteriorates rubber hose, and so these are designed not to do that. This is not about like, should I buy this or that? This is really about engine theory and how they work. Yeah. And the whole thing about airflow through an engine, how it makes horsepower. In theory, this should make peak horsepower at a higher RPM because it's smaller with the same cam and the same airflow through the head.
And the guy that doesn't care anymore other than to which intake manifold should I buy, he'll find this entertaining, but,
right.
but it won't be as entertaining to the guy who really loves building engines and wants to understand how they work and what changes and happens. That's what's cool, because even I love this test.
I know.
And I've seen,
even you. And you've seen it all.
I've seen hundreds of them, thousands of them.
You've never seen this though.
No, not AB. I mean, we've done this before with some Chevrolet stuff with varying results, I have to say.
But have you ever done it with exactly the same parts? Everything?
Yes.
Same day?
This one's
not the same day.
Okay. All right, this is the first. Fire it up. So, let's run with that. Here's what we just did. 443.4 pound-feet of torque at 4,200 RPM, and it made 422.5 horsepower at 5,800 RPM. In the end, we kind of wish that this was a little bit higher. We thought it could make more horsepower, but the real story is this compared to that 410 cubic inch engine. Can you call that up on the graph? So look at that. What, you really want to do 360 to win? You knew that was never going to happen.
Oh man, yeah, I guess you're right.
But this is a slaughter. This red line is the 410 cubic inch small block. The black lines are the 360. The 410 obviously makes a ton more torque because of displacement, longer stroke, everything else. We did the math and looked at torque per cubic inch, and in fact, the 360 is better at specific torque output. It made 1.19 pound-feet per cubic inch, whereas the 410 made 1.168. So if you want to talk efficiency, the 360 was actually a little bit better. Up in the horsepower, that's where we really started to argue it out with each other.
It did exactly what it was supposed to do, really.
But not as dramatically as I expected. Basically, the difference in horsepower up at the top is only 8.5 horsepower between the 410 and the 360, obviously with the 410 making more power. But what's interesting is, first of all, the fact that the gap in the curves narrows as the RPM gets higher sort of proves our theory about how the small block is capable, likes more RPM with that camshaft than the bigger small block.
I think this morning we all kind of had hoped that the 360 would make as much power.
We did, or just a hair more.
Yeah, and so when it was 8 down, it was like, wait, what's wrong?
Steve, I think you had an unrealistic expectation coming into this. That's what threw
Why
us
would I have ever argued with the Mopar
That threw a
god?
curve on the whole operation
The
today.
whole day,
Yeah.
I know, I caused it.
What happened was, what we predicted about the greater RPM with the small block was true. It just wasn't as dramatic as I thought it would be. The most telling thing is here at the very, very top. If you want to zero in on that part right there.
It's pretty interesting, really.
It is. Look how as the 410 is rolling over, the 360 is carrying on. Our theory here is that this could be friction related because the piston speed of a 4-inch stroke is way higher than it is for a 3.58-inch stroke in the 360.
Yeah, when you look at some of the race engines, sometimes a smaller engine will make even a bit more than a big engine. Obviously, again, not as much torque, but the friction really does start to become a factor, particularly as the engine speed goes up.
So let's bring this back to why you care. This is why you care. Because none of this philosophy means anything whatsoever other than engine geeking out. The fact is that big stroker motor makes so much more torque, there's no replacement for displacement.
Which one burns rubber better?
Well, see, what you're buying here is smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. You're not buying
Not
torque.
smoke and mirrors, just smoke.
You're buying tire smoke. That's what that's all about right there. Sorry your 360 didn't,
What's your 360 anyway?
How did that all of a sudden become my fault?
The joke's on you at the end because it's for your
Dustin
Challenger.
may have built it, but it's your motor.
The 410 cubic inch engine makes so much more area under the power curve that your 360 can just go home. I'm sorry. And here's the thing about it.
I'm getting scolded here.
You're about to get scolded. Remember when we built this engine?
Yes.
You and I collectively were like, let's keep it simple. Let's just build a 360. Let's not do a stroker. It's going to be more expensive. I think that's wrong. You bore an engine, you have to buy pistons. Pistons are the same price whether it's a stroker or regular.
Right.
And on the connecting rods in this thing, didn't we get scats basically because the price of that versus reconditioning stockers was negligible?
Yeah, plus we wanted internal balance, so.
Right, but then you have to machine the crank and put Mallory in it in order to balance it. So by the time we did all of that, we spent the same as a stroker kit. Literally, I looked at Jegs, a stroker crank for a 410 Mopar is $337 for a cast crank.
Oh man, you're shaming me now.
Literally, the difference in price, this might be $50 more for the bottom end, and that is the cheapest massive chunk of power you'll ever see.
Yeah, but mine's prettier.
It does look way better.
Yeah, so give me that.
You did a good job, Dulcich.
Oh, thanks.
So that's really the end of it, man. There is no replacement for displacement. We wished that this thing was gonna RPM and sort of make the theory look really big and maybe even make a little bit more power. It just wasn't in the
I mean, you're
cards.
delusional. A 410 is gonna beat a 360 or 367 every single time.
Why'd we even do this episode?
To prove it.
We'll ask ourselves that again next time, as we do every time, on Engine Masters, presented by AMSOIL and sponsored by Mr. Gasket and Earl's Vapor Guard. Hair? Oh, right, like the, how's that?
Nailed it.
Am I gorgeous?
Straight out here, hold it in again.
Is it good? Wait, how's that? Did I become cool? Wait, am I cool now?
I won't make the joke.
Am I cool now?
Yeah. Nice.
Second take on the oil pour. Travis said more energy.
All right.
Give it more energy.
Rotate a little bit further. Great. And action.
It's oil time! Not that much energy?